Sending me different names, like maybe it's him, maybe it's him. I'm like, Kelsey, I don't know. I wasn't there. I could probably narrow it down. It looks like he's not a little guy, but he's definitely not a lineman. It's like his butt and the back of his calves. So now I'm like, would it be bad form if I went into the locker room next week maybe and just showed various Packers a picture? Like, does this look like anyone to you? Do you recognize this butt? Maybe we'll cross that bridge next week. I don't know. Serious stuff. All right, let's start the show.
We just got to start fast.
It's all gas, no break.
Let's see what's up today.
All right, coming up at 2:20. Special guest today. Saw him at Packers practice earlier today. Ben Solak. Ben does an awesome job. Now, I've had Ben Solak on my show at least a couple times in the past, and his career has really taken off. Like, he keeps climbing the ladder. He is at ESPN. You'll see him on your television. And I asked him if he could come on the show. He's like, yeah, I can, but here's all my TV. I'm going to do a lot of TV hits today. I'm like, oh, wow, that's a lot. But yeah, we could get you in, how about 220? He said, sure. I said, okay, 220. So Ben Solak from ESPN will join me at 220. Looking forward to that. He's in Green Bay covering Packers practice. He's on this training camp tour going from NFL training camp to NFL training camp. So Ben Solak joins me at 2:20, and then after that, we'll go to Zach Heilprin. Whatever, right? Not a special guest, just every Friday. No, appreciate Zach. Zach's been busy. Zach was in town Wednesday for Packers practice. He was here today for Packers practice. He was at Big Ten Media Days in Chicago on Tuesday. I don't know what he was doing yesterday, but Zach Heilprin will join me at 2:40. We'll talk Packers and Badgers coming out of Big Ten Media Day. And then at 3:03, ooh, that was a fun way of saying 3:03, really reverberated off my lips. 3:03, hour 2, we'll do last caller standing. 2 tickets in the party pit to see the Green Bay Blizzard on Sunday. 1 o'clock, playoffs. Pack the rush. You could get 2 tickets if you are the last caller standing at 3:03, and you could pick those tickets up before closing time today. Last caller standing at 3:03. I still haven't thought of the question yet. I should probably do that.
Moving on to today's biggest stories in sports.
Well, the Brewers are in Anaheim taking on the Angels. Opening a 3-game weekend series. The Brewers, of course, coming off a series loss most recently to the Giants out west. They got smoked 16-3 on Wednesday, but opening up with the Angels tonight. Shane Drowan on the mound, Robert Gasser tomorrow, and then Jacob Mizorowski expected to go on Sunday. That'll be a Peacock game. The Brewers atop the NL Central at 67-41 at the moment. Getting back to it tonight. Brewers currently lead the Central by 5.5 games over the Cubs. So, on the West Coast, these road trips are always tough. They start at 8:38 tonight, not a minute before, not a minute later. Don't you dare start it at 8:39. I will be pissed.
Next.
The headline here.
Packers wrap up the first week of training camp. Practice number 3 was today at Reinitschke Field. Nothing really happened today, except a lot of stuff. Highlighted by star tight end and not unanimous, but unquestioned fan favorite, tight end Tucker Kraft officially came off the PUP list. He started practice today after running out of the Hudson Center. He ran up and down the sideline by the bleachers, pumping up the crowd. It was Tucker Kraft Day at training camp. He is off the PUP list, still not participating in team periods of practice. But obviously, head coach Matt LaFleur, he won't say it, but Tucker Kraft is obviously one of his favorite players. You can just tell. And it's been like that for a while. But LaFleur, happy to get Kraft back off of PUP, even though Kraft will not do team just yet. Here's LaFleur prior to practice.
What's great is when they do come off PUP, then now he can partake in some of the walkthrough periods, especially that we do in the evenings. So just to get him back hearing the call, lining up, and then just going through that.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. And a busy practice today. I think today was probably the most eventful practice. It was the longest. It still wasn't long, but they got done, I don't know, was it 12:22 or something like that? Fun practice, though. A lot of stuff happened. They'll put the pads on Monday. So we'll hit this. That's obviously what we do. It's Green Bay. So pretty much going to spend the entire afternoon and evening talking about the Packers and training camp. And we'll hear from Tucker Kraft a little later on because that's what we do.
Next.
The headline here.
Couple of moves in the NFL, couple of headlines. The Saints signed wide receiver Chris Olave to a 4-year deal worth up to $132 million, $90 million guaranteed. Last year, Chris Olave for the Saints caught 100 passes for more than 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns. He's 26 years old. He ranked 6th in the league with 151 targets last year, despite missing the last Week 18 with a blood clot in his lung. He was cleared to fully practice on Tuesday. Chris Olave is now a lot richer. Meanwhile, the Niners, big move. They brought back Deebo Samuel. Not really that big of a move. He looked kind of washed last year with the Commanders, although he did score at Lambeau in Week 2 against the Packers. Deebo Samuel signs a deal to go back to San Fran. It's a deal worth up to $7 million. A lot of incentives packed into that. New contract for the 30-year-old Deebo Samuel. But the Niners have been bit by injuries. Ricky Pearsall, their receiver, is dealing with a knee injury that has plagued him. And there's question about his availability for this season. Christian Kirk, the veteran receiver they signed in the offseason, is also hurt. And then Mike Evans is old. Dejon Stribling they drafted, but he's a rookie. So they brought back Deebo Samuel. Oh, and today they signed former Packers tight end Josiah DeGuara.
Next.
The headline here.
I mean, you know how given the Packers' state at the tight end position right now, they are in dire straits. They are beyond shallow, although they just got Tucker Kraft back. If the Packers aren't bringing back Josiah DeGuara, the Niners, what are you doing? That should be a warning sign right there. No offense to him. And, another headline, the Jets, Aaron Glenn reportedly interested in cornerback Terrion Arnold, who was released by the Lions because he's being investigated for felony charges, including kidnapping. Of course, Aaron Glenn was defense coordinator for a year when Terrion Arnold was a rookie.
That's what's up.
Quizzes started off really hot.
We're off and running live on Better Call Eversole.
Sports Radio 1075 and 1400, The Fan. It is Better Call Eversole. It is Friday, July 31st, 2026. August starts tomorrow. 3 practices now in the books for the Green Bay Packers, and today was an unofficial holiday in Packer Nation. Today, Tucker Kraft Day. All about number 85, Tucker Kraft, who suffered a torn ACL against the Carolina Panthers last November, officially activated off the physically unable to perform list, started practice with a quick lap, or at least ran the length of the bleachers along Rainitsky Field, pumping up the crowd. And basically everyone in the media, all the TV cameras, all the writers, the TV people, along with their cameras, all the radio guys, everybody, down on the end of the field where the tight ends were going through individual drills because today was Tucker Kraft Day. So still no participation in team periods of practice, but going through Indy, he's able to participate in walkthroughs, and just a good sign. Not a huge surprise. Brian Gutekunst said that he expected Kraft to be back sooner than later. Tucker Kraft has always maintained that he expects to be full go without a pitch count in Week 1 for their game against the Minnesota Vikings. Obviously, Tucker Kraft also has a potential market resetting contract that could be coming his way in the very near future. Tucker Kraft also said that the issues with himself and the city of Green Bay's sanitation services have been resolved. So now we can put that in the rearview mirror.
What?
By the way, shout out to the the guy in the garbage truck this morning who turned around because he noticed Cal in our front yard. He likes watching the garbage trucks. Wasn't even coming towards our direction, but turned around just so he could give Cal some candy. I just want to give some shout outs to the sanitation services. I'm just saying. But today, all about Tucker Kraft. A couple quick highlights from today's practice. Keyshawn Nixon made some plays. Now, Nixon obviously did not participate on Wednesday in the first practice. Brandon Cisse, the rookie, ran with the ones, but Nixon then returned to practice on day 2. And today, he came free on a corner blitz that was well disguised by Jonathan Gannon. The defense continues to throw a lot of looks at the offense, and Nixon came untouched. And then when they went into the next team period, Nixon had 2 PBUs. One on a 50-50 ball deep down the field intended for Christian Watson. Nixon got a hand on it, broke it up, and had another PBU later on. So it was a good practice for Keyshawn Nixon. Also, new cornerback Benjamin St. Juste signed as a free agent. Had a pick of Tyrod Taylor. Took it back for 6. Well, so he picked 6, Taylor, his jersey number, and took it back for 6, kinda, even though when there's an interception, then like everybody on offense, whether they were actually active on the play or not, standing on the sideline or behind the offense, whatever, they all just run after the guy who has the ball, and St. Juste kind of motioned for Jordan Morgan to get out of his way, so Morgan let up, and St. Juste like kind of stepped out of bounds but ran to the end zone, and then they were posing in the end zone because that's what DBs do. But big play there. Matthew Golden, we're doing it again. This is the second straight summer that I can already sense I'm going to have to try not to highlight Matthew Golden's highlights every day. You know what? I'm not even going to try, because if it happened, it happened. And once again, Golden had a great practice. He just catches everything thrown his way. He had a deep ball down the right sideline from Jordan Love, dropped in the bucket. It was fine coverage by Keyshawn Nixon, but Golden caught it for about 40 yards. There was another one that Love kind of threw up for grabs between 2 or 3 defenders, and Golden went up and got it. Like when it looked like Love was kind of testing the limits here. Like, I don't know. Every time I throw to 0, there's like a 0 chance of the defense getting to it. So let's just see what happens. And Golden came up with it. Went up high, came down with it. Another great catch by Matthew Golden. He looks really good. Looks really, really good. Just a couple of highlights. All right. 3 practices in the books. Now an off day Saturday, and the Packers will be back on the practice field on Sunday at 10:30. The pads go on Monday morning at 10:30. And that's when the real football starts, at least as real as training camp gets. Special guest coming up next, NFL analyst from ESPN. Big stage, Ben Solak knows his stuff. He's great. You see him on your TV. I've had him on the show in the past, but he just keeps climbing the ladder. He is so smart, and he'll show that off. He's not a show-off, but he'll show off his knowledge. He's so good. I'm a fan, genuinely a fan. Ben Solak was in town watching practice today. NFL analyst from ESPN, and he joins me next. You do not want to go anywhere. Your fan forecast is sponsored by SureDry. Tonight, some rain likely, the heaviest rain from Green Bay and south, with thunder possible, the low 64. Tomorrow, the rain lingers like the cranberries. The high tomorrow, 76.
If you have a sunken sidewalk, a cracked driveway, or uneven concrete around your patio, there's only one local family-owned company to call. SureDry.
If your concrete's sunk and you don't know why, call 920-SureDry.
This is Better Call Eversole.
Sponsored by Capital One Bank. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital...
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Right now, O'Reilly Auto Parts gets you back to savings. Fuel system additives can improve your vehicle's fuel economy and performance. Pick up select Royal